I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Matthew 28:20 seems absurd and a paradox today. Dear brothers and sisters in crucified Christ, wish you all the blessings and prayers of the Holy Saturday. Little 5-year-old Jamie was very keen to take part in the annual day school play, and he had his heart set on the play. All through his vacations, he sacrificed his playtime to practice and to memorize every single line and every single dialogue of the play. Jamie's mother knew her son, and she was concerned and she was afraid that Jamie would be heartbroken if after all the hard work he was not selected for the play. School reopened after the vacations, and the day came when the parts of the play were announced by the teacher. Jamie's mother feared for the worst, and she prayed the whole afternoon. Later that afternoon, she saw her son gleefully racing towards her after school. Jamie's eyes were shining with excitement, and he said to her, "Guess what, Mom? I have been chosen. I've been chosen to clap and to cheer for my friends." The mother held her son with pride and affection. Innocent though he was, Jamie was not the type to fall down because life was unfair and hard and there were disappointments. Jamie was not the one who would make his tent of misery and disappointment in the middle of nowhere. Jamie refused to waste his time licking his wounds. Jamie was in fact a traveler in the darkness. He moved on. And in the field of music today, Jamie Scott is the world-famous personality with over 200 songs to his credit. He moved on from the feeling of utter failure and darkness to find the tiny ray of hope in his life. Holy Saturday is the day when God remains hidden. We read in an ancient homily what has happened on the Holy Saturday. Today, the earth is shrouded in deep silence and stillness, profound silence, because the King sleeps. God has died in the flesh and has gone down to rouse the realm of the dead. Toward the end of the 19th century, Nietzsche wrote, "God is dead and we killed him." This famous saying is clearly taken, almost literally, from the Christian tradition. Hence, the late Holy Father, Pope Benedict XVI says, Holy Saturday is a no man's land between the death and the resurrection. It is the bridge between the anguish of the Good Friday and the glory of the Easter Sunday. It is a day that calls us to move on with hope. On this Holy Saturday, we are invited to fix our gaze on the Holy Sepulchre. This tomb stands as a symbol of peace. And yet, when we look at it through the eyes of Mother Mary, it is a tomb of tears, pain, and agony of Jesus. Nevertheless, for us Christians, this tomb is a symbol of new life and new hope. Something new awaits us at the flap of this tomb. Around this tomb, we could see two sets of people. The first set is the people who knew the truth but failed to accept the truth. While teaching, Jesus had foretold several times about his death and resurrection. The disciples failed to understand this and they ran away. But the Jewish leaders knew very well that Jesus will rise from the dead. And therefore, they asked the Pilate to employ soldiers to guard the tomb. And that's what we read in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 27, verses 62 onwards. They remembered the words of Jesus, and they feared that he would rise. They knew the truth, but failed to accept it. The second set is the people who are blind to the truth. The disciples walked hand in glove with Jesus. Yet, in the wildest of their dreams, they hardly thought that Jesus will rise. For them, the first Holy Saturday was the bleakest day of their life, where all their hopes were buried. On this day of great silence, let us ask ourselves, am I really blind to the truth? Or do I fail to accept the truth in my life? For it is said, the new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light if only we are brave enough to see it, if only we are brave enough to be it. Jesus, who died and was buried, will rise. Amen.